Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's Brother Dhamma Gabar here from GMS Los Angeles with another lesson. And before I start, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakwadash. And I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect, the 144,000. All you sincere Akim out there pushing his word in all sincerity and truth, and the men, women, and children that the Lord will have mercy on in these last days, Shalom. And this is a article from RT News, and it says, "Land of the Fee, home of the grave. For all its international posturing and boasting, the U.S. can't even take care of its citizens." And this sentiment it rings true. Because America, let's be honest, is in very bad shape. America is not that great nation that it once was. Very far from it. And this place is basically, as Elder Gabar likes to say, is circling the drain. And this place is not getting any better. It's not getting any richer. The It's crumbling right before our very eyes. And as we know, it's all according to biblical prophecy. And America is just like any other, you know, uh, kingdom that came and rose and is going to fall, just like the Roman Empire did, which America is an extension of the Roman Empire. If you have the eyes to see, just like the Babylonians rose to power, and guess what? They fell. The Greeks came up and they fell. And guess what? America isn't any different. And now it's being made known globally. And everybody is looking at America with disgust and shame. And, nobody's trusting in this place. Everybody is basically forsaking America, man. Because, as we know, you know, it's all part of prophecy. And pretty much the elites are done with this place. All right. They're looking to collect and they're looking to, oh, fucking bitch, to cash out, but I'm gonna read some of this article. I'm gonna read it fast, and I got a couple of precepts and just show you, the handwriting is on the wall for America. But first, I want to start with this scripture first. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground." And dust in the scriptures, uh, it means confusion, lowliness, and that's what's basically happening to America because this place has become nothing but a consumer nation. It's dealing with a dollar in a monetary system that's based off debt, man. And just like the Weimar Republic fell, the same thing is going to happen here to the American dollar and every other currency that was based in fiat currency, a debt-based system. All right, and as we can see, man, this place is just ready to blow. It's only a matter of time before the bubble pops and if and hyperinflation hits this place and the money becomes worthless. And then we understand that that's when these elites are going to come in with their new world order and their digital currency and the mark of the beast, etc. But as far as what this place was, America was in its heyday, it's gone. It's just rolling on borrowed time. It says there is no throne, all right. And Babylon, this is talking about America. It's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about modern day Babylon, which is America. It says there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And when I read this article, you're going to see exactly why. This place is no more tender and delicate. You know, it says, "Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." Yeah, I mean, basically, this place is just being exposed, man. Everybody is seeing all the holes and all the, all the glitz and the glamour, and how shiny America was from the outside looking in. All that shininess and that gold and that land of opportunity is all been stripped and melted away, and now the people see this place for what it really is, man. Just a shadow of what it was, you know, a old decrepit hag that's basically on his last leg, man. And everything about this place is coming out, is being exposed. People, these nations around the world see the condition that America is in, but America is still trying to ride on as if it's still the top nakedness. And all the way, see who's the president of this place, see who's in charge of this place. You know, it says, "I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man." That's talking about Yahweh Shai when he returns. But before he returns, he's going to soften this place up with a whole lot of body blows, you know? And then eventually it's going to be meat for the ultimate knockout, which is, the nuclear missiles. It says, "As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." Okay? So I'm gonna go into this article and it's gonna explain why. It says, though marketed as the shining city on the hill, and I just said that. Remember, America was once the beacon of hope, the land of opportunity, from the outside looking in for a very long time. But now all that shine, all that gold, all that glitz and glamour, it's all been stripped away. And all you got is like a few light bulbs shining on that motherfucker, and it's through. It says, envied by all other nations, America is rapidly proving its own inhabitants and the world that not only can it not keep its own people safe, it can barely keep them alive. You see? It says between the COVID-19 pandemic and the disastrous economic fallout engineered by the government responses to the outbreak, the U.S. has proven itself shockingly incapable of actually functioning in any way its peers might consider, merely standing out of the millions of jobs as soon as it got elected. So it is what it is, man. You know? Then you got Joe Biden talking about America is back just because they bombed some buildings, man. I don't trust me, bro. America ain't back. It ain't coming back. This place is finished. Like I said, there is no throne. Sit down in the dust. Get me into darkness. It says dozens of Texas residents perished amid the massive snowstorm that seized the state last month. The storm knocked out the electric grid and left over 4 million residents with neither heat nor light. The state's electricity vendors added insult to injury by slapping customers with absurdly high electric bills, some over 10,000, as the utility's money-grubbing equivalent of surge pricing kicked in and all statewide energy can literally be pulled out of the ground. It says Texas is only one state, though. Surely the rest of the country can't be so horrifically incompetent when it comes to something as basic as electricity. But oh no, out west there's always California bidding to fail bigger and better. The Golden State's own power suppliers, PSE&G, was sued for starting the wildfires that destroyed the entire neighborhoods in 2017 and 18. Indeed, PSE&G has been blamed for more than 1,500 fires since 2014 alone and is in the process of declaring bankruptcy after being sued by over 70,000 of its victims, including the entire city of Paradise. It's so inept when it comes to not burning down the state that for years it has shut off power, often for extended periods during the summer, lest equipment triggers still more wildfires. Yeah, and the whole infrastructure of this place is horrible. And I remember years back, Elder Puzzle Gabar did a video going into the infrastructure of America, and this was probably 4 or 5 years ago, and that shit was a D. And how much have you think it's degraded since then? You know, it's just horrible, man. This place is just on a decline, and it's not going to be healed, and it's not going to ever bounce back, man. It says policing, once the pride and joy of the world's largest prison state, has itself deteriorated rapidly. New York City endured a major surge in crime thanks to the shutdown, while cops who might have been able to stop it were anonymously tasked with guarding Mayor Bill de Blasio's virtual signaling Black Lives Matter mural, or somewhat schizophrenically detailed to clobber the odd BLM protester. Right, and the cops over here just killing black people like it's a sport, man. Even the whole police department all across the country has lost respect from everybody, man. It's a joke, you know. They're not here to protect and serve. They're here to just blow so-called black people away, man. It says the NYPD even punished its own officers for public display of Trump fandom while real crimes went ignored and unpunished. New York also released hundreds of supposedly low-level convicts last year because of the Rona, only for the public to learn that they were guilty of much more serious offenses, with many ending up right back in the clink after committing further crimes. It's an ominous state of affairs indeed for the country with the most prison inmates per capita in the world. Right. We have the biggest inmates per capita, but we don't even have the biggest population in the world. And guess what? Who's locked up in these prisons? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the tribes, over what? Non-violent, petty crimes, man. You know, the worst in the world, man. You got guys in there with football numbers, double life sentences, all over minor non-violent crimes, man. But then again, you got these jackasses on Wall Street, these politicians, these true criminals who are walking scot-free. That's what goes on here in the States, man. And that's why this place is totally corrupted. That's why it's circling the drain. That's why eventually it's going to be destroyed and it's not going to be healed, man. And that's why I don't understand how you tribes, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are still optimistic for the future of America, man. You know, you've been treated inhumane since you came to the shores of America on those cargo slave ships, but you still have some love and some hope and some investment in this country, man. You need to get your mind out of this place, repent, and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Come back to your true power because He's about to visit this place. And if you don't have faith and you don't have the works to back up your faith and belief and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, then guess what? You're going right out along with this place. It says those numbers are almost guaranteed to further explode thanks to law enforcement new fixation on domestic terrorists. Yeah, and now this country is deeming anybody that has an opinion outside of the narrative of the Democrats to be domestic terrorists, man. Even if you haven't committed a crime, just by speaking words and having an opinion that goes outside of their narrative, man. Now you got the cancel culture here. They'll cancel your culture and call you a homophobe just because you don't believe that children should have transgender reading time, man. Or if you don't believe that a man could become a woman and you have to acknowledge it so as what it wants to identify as. And now they're going so far as telling men that whenever you take a piss, you need to sit down so that you don't offend transgenders, man. So what the hell type of society you think any type of society that has morals and motives like that is going to survive, man? Absolutely not. That just further shows you that if a society is thinking that way, that they're just finished, man. That society is done. It's finished, man. There ain't no rebounding. It's out of here. It says a group defined so broadly as to include anyone who's expressed opinions outside the ever narrowing mainstream. See, just said that. It says maybe the U.S. is just focusing its efforts on combating the COVID-19 pandemic. Americans spend more on healthcare. I don't want to read that part, but let me get some of these scriptures, man. This is Nahum 3 and 5. It says, Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Yeah, and that's what this article is showing. The shame and the nakedness and the wickedness and the shame that's going on here in America, man. Like I said, from the outside looking in, it may look good, but when you get up in here and you look around, it's horrible, man. It's very shameful how the people are being treated, man. Now they're treating all the people as domestic terrorists, and they're talking about uh, uh, American citizens should be drone strike by the American government, man. Now they're putting everybody on a database. Now they're over here. Pretty soon they're gonna lock you up because you don't trust what's in these inoculations. You know, and pretty soon they're gonna try to put a microchip in you, man. So this place, shame is being seen in all of its wickedness and its abominations, man. This place is being totally exposed, and eventually is going to be met with judgment from the Heavenly Father. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. See? And what is all that abominable filth that the Lord is casting upon this place? All the wickedness. Basically, the whole truth of this place, man. How everything that America says it stands for is a goddamn lie, man. This whole system, this whole red, white, and blue, the land of the free, the home of the brave, is a damn lie, man. All right. It doesn't uphold any of these righteous standard that it proclaims to be. But then again, at the same time, it's going all across the earth, boasting and puffing up at everybody on the planet Earth over there, drone striking in Syria and doing all this bullshit and worried about everything that's going on outside of America, but inside of America, you ain't taking care of business, man. So it just makes this place just a walking hypocrite, man. You really ain't. America is not really in a position to tell any other nation any goddamn thing when you ain't even taking care of what's going on here at home. People are doing horrible out here, man, and it's only going to get worse, man. Wait till this inflation hit. Wait till this dollar collapses. Wait till all hell breaks loose, man. Everybody's going to be in these different nations looking at this place with disgust, and then eventually they're going to burn this place with fire. It says, and it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for her? See, and nobody's going to do that. Once America really starts to fall, none of these other nations like China and Russia and its allies, they're not going to come to the aid of America, man. They're not going to bemoan. They're not going to feel sorry. Well, they're going to feel sorry, according to Revelation 18, just because they can't make any money, but not because they're going to feel sorry for you or they want to come and try to keep you afloat. No, they want to see you sink and drown and be burnt because all these nations really have a bone to pick with you, man. You know, this place has been very prideful and very hurtful to all nations that's outside of it, man. And nobody's going to bemoan you. Everybody's looking to get the hell away from you. Nobody wants your dollar. Nobody wants your services. Everybody's trying to, trying to do what they got to do so that they can be next in line. I'll restart here. It says, if this is how the U.S. treats its sick, what about the children? Despite some scientists confirming vanishingly few kids are falling ill, major teachers unions refuse to return to the classroom. Never mind how poorly most children have been shown up but how poorly most children have been shown to learn over a distant model, right? And this whole uh, 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 virtual learning for these kids is horrible, man. You had kids that had straight A's, straight A's. Not saying that this education in America is worth it, is worth a damn, but you had kids who, when they were in school, were getting straight A's, 4.0 students. But since they've been doing this learning online shit, their grades have they got all straight F's. They're not learning. They don't even want to be there. They're all depressed. They're committing suicide. They're developing uh, uh, mental issues. They need therapy and shit. All being done here in the good old US of A, man. All right, just totally just destroying the people, destroying the children, man. And that's how you know a society is done when the children are being destroyed. Shit, and let's not even speak about how many children are being raped and molested and sex trafficked here. In some areas, the shutdown of schools revealed a problem the U.S. has been covering up for a while: the need to feed the millions of destitute children who rely on their schools not just for learning, but for free meals their families can afford. Right? Because you know, there's a lot of people that's living here in America, the so-called richest country to ever be on the face of the earth, that's living in poverty. That's can't even eat food every night. But this is supposed to be the greatest country on the planet Earth, man. At the same time, these kids' parents spend hours lined up in the cold for free groceries from the nearest food bank, and millions remain out of work or severely underemployed. Right? Listen, like I said earlier, this whole lockdown and shutdown wiped away millions of people's jobs, man. Now people are just trying to live on unemployment and food stamps, which a lot of them are probably not even getting that, man. You know, nobody's working here. There's nothing being manufactured or nothing being exported out of this place, but everything is being imported. But you're importing all these goods and things, but the people don't even have money to even buy the shit. So this place is just finished, man. There's no bouncing back. It's not going to be healed. All right. It says many dangling on the verge of eviction. Oh yeah, let's not forget about that. The moratorium and the evictions. Surely needed stimulus checks never arrived for many. Let's not even talk about the damn stimulus, man. They give you $600. What the hell you gonna do with that when you thousands of dollars behind in rent and you ain't got no damn food in the refrigerator, man? How the hell you gonna pay rent with $600, man? Just shows you that, like Michael Jackson said, they don't really give a damn about us, man. They don't care about you American citizens. They don't care how you feed your family. And what happened in Texas show you that these Democrats don't give a fuck about what happened in Texas, man. Because Joe Biden never made a he never made a whatever you call that damn speech, the state of emergency speech. He never even talked about Texas. But I saw an article earlier where he talking shit about the Texas governor because he got rid of the mask mandates and he's opening up everything to 100%, which shows you that he don't even give a fuck. Here it is, he couldn't even show up when people was freezing and dying and you know suffering in that cold ass weather. But now all of a sudden he wants to talk about Texas because they removed the mask man. So right, that says whose only recourse is now to check on their taxes in hope of maybe getting reimbursed. Now those tax returns, if you receive COVID or you receive unemployment during that time, they're taxing the hell out of you, man. See? See, most of these problems could be solved with some sort of smart policies and a fraction of the infusion of cash that has already gone out to large corporations. But there are wars to fight and no evidence the ruling class wants its domestic problems fixed anyway. Instead, it seems to take a sadistic pleasure in gaslighting Americans to within an inch of their sanity, insisting the rest of the world wants to be just like us. After all, it's not like we can fly there to check, right? Yeah, man. So as you can see, man, hey, this place is finished, man. And the chick that wrote this article, she is an American. See, this is her, Helen Baginski. So let me get one more precept, and I'm gonna get out of here. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. See? Because at one point, America was that golden cup. This was the place that everybody wanted to be like. Everybody wanted to, come to. Everybody wanted to have economic dealings and follow the blueprint. But now they've done all that. And now that It's all is said and done. They're fucking mad and they hate this place because they all got duped. And that even goes for the citizens here. You got duped too. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Right? She's not going to be healed. There's no balm for her. There's no economic stimulus package that can make this place bounce back. There's no QE 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 that's ever going to bring this place back to its heyday. To be in that golden cup. Now that cup is straight dross and tungsten and very, very inferior metals, man. It said, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up to the sky. See, so everybody's looking to get the hell out of this place, man. You got a lot of these foreigners that came here, to live the American dream. A lot of them are getting their money and packing up and going back to wherever the hell they came from, man. Well, it's probably hard now because they got shit on lock, but that's just the sentiment of this place. Everybody is trying to get the hell away from this place. Everybody is forsaking this place. Well, the only one who's not forsaking this place is you dumb two-thirds of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All of you that are out here voting for Biden and Kamala like they were going to make a difference and heal this place. They've only been in this office for 3 months, and look how shitty it's been. And it's only going to get worse and worse. The Lord's not going to it's not going to get slack. It's just going to increase. It says, Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh our power. Uh, let's see. That's pretty much it. I don't want to keep going because it's going to go into something else, but I just wanted to go in there and make that point. As you can see, man, hey, the land of the fee and home of the grave, America is circling the drain, and this place is finished. Forsake her. And for you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Israelites, you better repent and get right with Yahweh Shem Shai before he visits this place, because hey, America's judgment is very nigh, and it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse, especially when this inflation hit and things get seriously out of hand. And if you don't have the protection of your creator and your power with you, hey, I ain't got nothing to say to you, man. Good luck. So with that, shalom.